Hey, thanks so much for coming back to Jake's Face Reacts for our last group, Group 6 of our made-up Eurovision 2020, because it didn't happen, so we're just going to make it up. There are 6 countries in this group. This is the order. Greece will go first. Austria will be second. Latvia will be third. Bulgaria, fourth. Georgia will go fifth. And Albania will close all of this out for us. So, Greece, you're up first. It looks like the artist is Stefania, and the song in all caps. That was a trend, I guess, this year. Supergirl. Oh dear. Okay. Okay. I love the video. Yeah. I like the video. I don't know. If I'm more distracted by what's happening in your video than it actually connecting the song with me and somehow, I don't know if that's a good sign, Greece. I don't know. She was adorable. And you know, it was a catchy song. I liked the chorus when the traditional like instrumentation came back in. But I don't know. So let's just get this stuff straight right now, okay? Her superpowers. She can levitate. She can make other people levitate. But the number one superpower of all that I would also take if I just had to pick one was her ability to put a torn piece of paper back together again. Amen. God bless you, Greece. Peace. To the second video from Group 6. This is Austria. Vincent Bueno is the artist and Alive is the song. Okay, let's go Austria. Too much running.
Behind a wall of egos, there is a hidden hero in us.
What is happening?
In all of us. Oh, you make me feel like. Oh, you make me feel like.
You make me feel like.
You make me feel alive. You make me feel like I'm alive again. I'm alive again. Alive again. To light this whole world up, prepare for fire shots. Only you can make me feel. Sticks and stones. Might break all. Behind the wall of egos, there is a hidden hero with us. You make me feel like, yeah. You make me feel like I'm alive again. Alive again. Only you can. I'm like a little matchbox. All I need is a little spark to light this whole world up. Alive again. Alive again. I give you fire, shit. Come on. You make me feel alive. It's overthrown. And I'm on my own. Alive again.
Like I said, there are some years, you know, when I genuinely love what countries send, and I say that, and then there are some years when I don't, and I say that too, because I have to be fair. That probably has its core audience somewhere, and it could be a huge core audience that could carry it through, but I wasn't feeling it. It felt too much like trying to be everyone else. and not trying to be original at all. Like 0% originality, except whatever that noise was at the beginning that scared the ever-living out of me. Like I'm struggling. Like there was a whole lot of kind of like Michael Jackson, kind of like Bruno Mars, kind of like the Dance You Off guy from Sweden a few years ago. Like it was too much, just like too many other things, but not quite as good as any of them. That's gonna come across as sounding really harsh. I hope you know what I mean. If I didn't care and I didn't respect you, I would just be like, woohoo, great. But that's not for me. I'm sure it's for somebody, but not me. So I'm sorry, Austria. Oh no. I'm sorry. I'll say peace quietly. All right, next up in our last group, group 6, this is Latvia. Latvia was going to send Samantha Tina, Still Breathing. That's good. That's good, because if not, you know, probably couldn't go to 2021. Let's go, Latvia.
I'll never get back, still breathing, I'm still breathing, nothing to regret, never looking back, strong enough to take it, I am gonna make it, destiny's in my hands, life, grow, strong, so can I get strong, life, every day I wake up trying to get higher, be a better woman, working even harder. I'll keep on running till I reach the end. Strong enough to take it, I am gonna make it. Go on, let the light through.
I love that.
I grow strong, so can I get strong, reaching for the stars, I'm knowing getting closer. Life is music, I am a composer. I'm running till I reach the end. I will keep on going, I will keep on running till I reach the end.
Latvia, that's what I'm talking about. Like, what in the world? Like, what? That was another one. Like, Latvia took a huge risk by sending something completely unorthodox, completely the opposite of what you've sent in the past. I mean, and again, I don't know if the Eurovision like fandom, if they hate this or if they love this, but I have a feeling that there's very few people that are just like, I could listen to it or not. Like, there was so much energy up there, and you can say whatever about the song, but the vocals were good and strong. Even the 3 backing vocals their harmonies were tight, and they were all singing different notes. They weren't singing along with her at all, or with each other. It was like manic. It was like, I don't even know how to compare that to. Who does that compare to? Look, here's what I'm saying, Latvia. You just blew my mind with that, and I don't know what your contest is, but if you don't let Samantha Tina go again automatically for 2021, you're missing out on probably the best chance that Latvia, has ever had to place pretty high up there, because that was like all over the place, like all over the right places. Doesn't sound right. Oh, okay, well, I said it. It's too late. I thank you so much for, again, sending, or attempting to send something that was just so different and so creative, and even, down to the production value. That's a live performance, and those camera angles were cut in like I don't even know how they did that. That the camera angles were so they matched the music. I don't know. I'm gonna need to watch that like 25 more times, I think. So I'm gonna do that. No, I'm not. I'm just kidding. All right. Peace, Latvia. I love that. Come on, Samantha Tina. Okay, next up in our last group, Group 6, a country that we missed so badly, and we're so happy that we were going to have them back, and that they're still apparently going to come back in 2021, and that is Bulgaria. We missed you so much. Victoria is the artist, and the song is Tears Getting Sober. Tear, or is it tear? No, tear. It has to be Tears. Okay, let's go, Bulgaria. Okay, please don't scare me.
Ten deja vu's a day, and each time I'm getting colder. Pain time won't be a scar. Strained, but my tears are getting sober. That I'm holding on my shoulders. I'm gonna let it go. This is my first
Goosebumps,
time
goosebumps.
inside me. I've got some space to grow. Your eyes burn like sugar in my sweet bruises. In time, I'll forget what you hide. My pain will soon be over. Oh, how the tables turn. I got some space to grow. Your light, oh, I have sweet bruises.
I don't want it to end. 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 That's one. Oh. Whew, holy. Okay, I'm not gonna get emotional because I'm not, because that'll be ugly. We're not gonna do that. We've gone through all these groups without doing that. I have a difficult time even trying to come up with the words for that, because the lyrics and the instrumentation, her voice, the meaning behind it, the way that the whole thing was packaged and delivered, where I had goosebumps almost the entire time. You know, I didn't want that to end. Like, I wanted that to go on for like another, 10 minutes, because it took, I don't know about y'all, but it took me, out of this world for just a few minutes, this horrible, what can be a horrible, horrible place, and sort of took me, out of it. And that's the power of music, and that's the ultimate, goal, I guess. But that's deep, first of all, and so many of us have been affected by, if not firsthand, having people that we love that have been affected by, the battle to try to stay sober, and also to avoid like trying to ever reach that point where you're just numb from everything, because that's like the absolute worst in the world. Like, and I would rather people be angry and mad, screaming at me, than not feel anything at all, and which is a huge part of what I think that was trying to. I don't. That's gonna take some process time, honestly. That was otherworldly, and I can just say thank you to Bulgaria for giving me the most goosebumps that I've had so far, Eurovision 2020, and like I said, just taking like allowing me to escape for a few minutes to this other world, you know, where all I could focus on was the beauty that I was seeing in front of me and the beauty that I was hearing sonically. And it was all, yeah, I'm gonna stop because I don't know what else to even say. Peace, Bulgaria. So glad that you're back. Okay, next up in our final group is the country of Georgia. Georgia always sends songs that are so epic, and in their own language, but in their own style. And I kind of hope that this, you know, is exactly like what Georgia has sent in the past, because I've always loved it. The artist is Torniki Kipiani, and it's Take Me As I Am. Well, perhaps it's not going to be in their language, based on that title. Let's go, Georgia.
How do you want me to talk like an Englishman? Now do you want me to dance like a Spanish guy? I guess you don't love me. How do you want me to talk like an Englishman? Where do you want me to dress like an Italian? I guess you don't love me. No, you don't love me. I love you. Take me as I am. Why do you want me to smell like a French song? Or tell me, why do you want me to play like a I guess you don't love me. Why don't you love me? But you don't love me. I love you.
Okay, Georgia, forget everything I said about what you did in the past, because that was not like hold on, were you gaslighting the Eurovision Song Contest in the Eurovision Song Contest? Because I think that's what you were doing, Georgia, and that's pretty genius if you were. You know, the idea that, you know, people, I mean, probably like me, people who react to this, although I never actually get to vote for Eurovision, but, you know, and I do want people to represent their own countries and their own cultures, but I interpreted that to be just a blatant calling out to the audience of Eurovision, which is kind of epic. You know, you say that you want me to represent my culture, but you really don't, because you don't ever reward that in this contest. You reward, you know, people that dress like Italians and smell, did he say smell like French people? I missed parts of that, but he was calling some people out, I think, and I'm here for that. I mean, like I said, if he was gaslighting the Eurovision Song Contest in the Eurovision Song Contest, that's yes, okay, Georgia, all right, peace, Georgia. All right, we've done it. We're at the last country from Eurovision 2020, the one that we're making up because it didn't happen, so we can. This is the last country in the last group 6. This is Albania. Always love Albania. It's Aralina Ara, Fall from the Sky. This better be in Albanian and not in English. I hope just that title is in English, because I always love your songs because they're not in English. Let's go, Albania.
Bone, and my heart is sinking like a stone, but I don't let it show. Never let you know. Fall from the sky, always making me hold back. You can crush and break down my walls, but my heart will
here's what I'll say though. You know what I'm gonna say, Albania, right? You know what I'm gonna say. That I don't know the story behind this, but I know that Albania in the past will make like 5 or 6 different versions of one Eurovision song to sort of get to the one that they're gonna use ultimately. And I really I didn't like it being in English. I'm sorry. I know that's probably sounds hypocritical coming from an American, but I love your language so much, and sort of something that always sets your country apart in Eurovision is that you do always sing in your own language, and it's a beautiful language, and we can still figure out from, you know, how you're emoting. And it was difficult in that because it was like a official lyric video, but I mean, there wasn't anything live about that. Soaring melodies though, great singing. There were some parts where it sounded either like they were taking her out of the mix from the audio, and if the producer did that, shame on you, because she should, I mean, her voice is fine. I don't know. Yeah, I wish it wasn't in English. That's my only hold up. All right, peace. Okay, again, actually no, I didn't struggle in this group at all. I didn't struggle picking one. You know, we had Greece, Austria, Latvia, Bulgaria, Georgia, Albania. This was like the EAs, right? Austria, Latvia, Bulgaria, Georgia, Albania. Only Greece didn't end with IA in English. If you don't speak English, that probably didn't make any sense at all. But yeah, out of those, and honestly, I don't know. I'm not going to tip the scales. I'll just say this. I'm still going to give you your 2 picks, even though I could very easily take 2 right now. And I'm going to say that, like, what my other pick would be, like, if I could pick 2 from this one, and I'm not telling you it's who you have to pick, but Latvia absolutely blew me away in that. I was not expecting anything like that from Latvia, and I mean, wow. But in the end, you know, this was probably the easiest group. I'm gonna go with Bulgaria. It was transcendent. It was otherworldly, and it was a pleasure just to hear it and to experience it. And I'm so sad that I've waited till now, you know, when that song has been out there for a year, probably at least, to experience it. But I'm glad I saved that experience to be with all of you. So, yeah, I'm gonna put Bulgaria through out of group 6. Remember, when this video is uploaded, you have 24 hours in the community section to vote for your favorite out of the countries left: Greece, Austria, Latvia, Georgia, Albania. 2 of them for sure will go to the semifinals, and then the one 4th place finisher that had the highest amount of votes from all of the groups will get that last spot in the semifinals. So it's possible that it could be that group. Who knows? All I know is that I've loved you for spending this time with me. It's been a lot of time. I love this format. You know, if we take the good with the bad, there was a lot of bad in 2020. Pretty much all bad, actually, in 2020. But it gave us the chance, you know, for me to be able to sit out and work on myself and work on my health. And even though I'm not, you know, all the way there, I'm still in the middle of that battle, but I'm doing okay. And, you know, 1 major operation down, 2 to 3 more to go. But it's the support that I get from all of you, and just the fact that you want to interact and participate with me. And I'm excited about this format because we're getting to interact and you're playing a direct part in this. It's not just me picking my, you know, semi-finalists, because that's not how this works. Like, you know, everybody should have a voice in it. I love y'all so much, and I cannot wait. Actually, I'm not going to say that yet, although I can't wait to start reacting to 2021 Eurovision videos. Once our 2020 Eurovision semifinals are set, we'll actually go through each of those. And I mean, it'll be clips, it won't be the whole thing, but we'll go through that. Well, I don't know, we'll probably vote again or something just for fun, because we can do whatever we want. It's our channel. Okay, thank you so much for your time and for your loyalty. I know there's like 100 other channels you could be watching that are probably more entertaining than mine, and I don't blame you. I watch them too a lot, and I try to always help and support them, because the more voices that we get out there from all around the world that can help, to push Eurovision to sort of a world where, there's so many cultures and countries that are allowed to just be a part and be themselves. And they do it through music, and that's what this whole thing is. So say I love you, Justin, so much. Thank you. This picture's always over there. And peace to all of you guys. Thank you so much. Thank you.